The purpose of a program statement in the creation of a building is to understand the user requirements. And the user requirements mean the end users who actually live, work, play in this environment, but also uh, organizational requirements. Who's paying for this building? Is it part of a larger organization? What is its social settings? Does it have an impact on its community, etc.? And what is that impact? It is also necessary to begin to understand the inherent systemic liabilities and assets of a site or an opportunity. What are the problems here that need to be resolved? Water, terrain, earthquakes, traffic, ecological impacts, etc. And what is inherent about this site that makes it unique, like no other in the world? That if we built something here truly superb, what would be an expression that could not be replicated anywhere else? It is then necessary to understand deeply the mission and the purpose of the organization, the community, the people that are going to use this building. And that also then has to be in a social context, in a time and place context. What is going on in the society at the time? What does this building represent? What is its task? What will it actually do? What ideas will it embed into the life, the living, the work, the social process of this site? Without understanding the mission, you're not building a work of architecture. You're merely producing a building that keeps the rain out and perhaps shelters people and perhaps arranges their goods, but it is not something that expresses the essence of why they're there, what they're doing, what it's for, what it's about. It becomes necessary then to develop a theme of this building, a statement which gets down to the essence of why it is here now, what it is doing, how it facilitates the mission, the life, the work of its inhabitants, how it stands in the community as a message of something which is life-supporting and good. And that theme then has to be transformed and developed into a grammar. How do the forms, the shapes, the rhythms of the shapes, the materials come together and are crafted in a way that clearly delivers a coherent message? As Churchill said, we build our buildings, we shape our buildings, and they shape us. What is the message which is sent to people all the time that tells them this is why you're here? How does this building offer them a unique view of the world, a way of seeing themselves and their opportunities in some way that otherwise in another setting would not be there? And this grammar is coherent. It is varied and complex enough so that all of the architectural problems inherent in meeting the mission and meeting the requirements can be guided by that grammar, can be fulfilled by that grammar, but it is simple enough to bring a single coherent message to the people who live and work there. This is what a mission does, and it's important that a mission be fully developed before the design of the building starts. Without that, very good design ideas, and maybe poor ones, but they're arbitrary. They are not driven by, created out of, and an expression of the mission. They're just architectural ideas that are strung together that may or may not be pleasing, may or may not be a good idea, but there is no determining set of factors that say that this is the right thing to build or the wrong thing to build. So the program statement is, in a certain sense, the first complete cycle of design, analysis and design on a project. And what does it do? It does a very simple thing. It creates a problem. It creates the problem to be solved architecturally, that when solved, creates the work that is needed, the work that will aid life, facilitate life, express life in a specific time, place, and circumstance.